Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, of course we knew it would not be long before these people started to cannibalize themselves, and of course now they have now started to eat their own flesh and eat their young. And with that guys, I bring you this: you've abandoned your responsibility. Aisha Buhari attacks Garba Shehu. So now it's all out war now in the Aso Rock space, and our insider of course is this Madam Aisha Buhari. So again, the headline: you've abandoned your responsibility. Aisha Buhari attacks Garba Shehu. So now let's find out exactly what the First Lady has to say this time around. Wife of the President, Aisha Buhari, has accused President Buhari's media aide, Garba Shehu, of abandoning his responsibility and issuing presidential directives behind her husband. Mrs. Buhari, who made this known in a statement on Wednesday, accused Mamman Daura of issuing a directive to a presidential spokesperson, Garba Shehu, not to recognize her office. The First Lady, who accused Mamman Daura and Mr. Shehu of undermining her office, said rather than Shehu to face his job as the Aso Villa spokesperson, he shifted his loyalty to cabals who have no stake in governance. So this is now the statement that she's put out, because this lady has gone all out. You know, this lady, of course, is almost like a Yoruba woman, like a matriarchal Yoruba types, all those Awon Yaoloja types, you know, these market women, these stalwarts. So you don't mess with them or all hell breaks loose. And all hell has now broken loose now. So now let's read now what she has to say. So this is the statement. The statement reads: first, as spokesperson of the president, he has the wondrous responsibility of managing the image of the president and all the good work that he is executing in the country. Rather than face this responsibility squarely, he has shifted his loyalty from the president to others who have no stake in the compact that the president signed with Nigerians. And that should be the contract, I imagine, but it's written compact. In the compact, I'll read it as it is. In the compact that the president signed with Nigerians on May 29, 2015, and again in 2019. To make matters worse, Mr. Shehu has presented himself to these people as a willing tool and executioner of their antics, from the corridors of power even to the level of interfering with the family affair of the president. This should not be so. The blatant meddling in the affairs of a first lady of a country is a continuation of the prodigal actions of those he serves. We all remember that the chief proponent appropriated to himself and his family a part of the presidential villa where he stayed for almost 4 years, and when the time came for him to leave, he orchestrated and invaded my family's privacy through a video circulated by Mamman Daura's daughter, Fatima. The public was given the impression that on arrival into the country, I was locked out of the villa by Mr. President. Garba Shehu, as villa spokesperson, knew the truth and had the responsibility to set this record straight. But because his allegiance is to someone else and his loyalty is misplaced, he deliberately refused to clear the air and speak for the president who appointed him in the first place. Consequently, his actions have shown a complete breakdown of trust between the first family and himself. So now this effectively now makes this guy's job untenable, because if the first lady, the wife of the president, is saying that the confidence that she has in him and by extension her family is broken, how this guy now can continue in post is beyond me. But of course it is Nigeria and he will just carry on. So she carries on. Mr. Shehu was privy and part of the plan and its execution, and he was shocked when he realized that I had publicized my return to Nigeria on October 12, 2019, and cleared the air on the many rumors that took over social media, a job he was supposed to do but kept mute to cause more confusion and instability for his principal and his family. Garba then vented his anger on the National Television Authority NTA management, insisting that the media crew to my office must be sacked. He succeeded in getting them suspended for doing their job. I had to interfere to save the innocent staff from losing their means of livelihood by involving the Department of State Services (DSS) in order to ascertain roles played by key actors in the saga. It is at this late hour that I recall, sadly, that it was the same Garba Shehu who claimed that the government will not allow the office of the First Lady to run. He was later to confirm to one of my aides that he was instructed to say so by Maman Daura and not the president. These antics attracted the anger of Nigerian women. He didn't realize the fact that the First Lady's office is a tradition which has become an institution. Today, even without a badge, I am able to run my humanitarian programs. In saner climes, Garba Shehu will have resigned immediately after going beyond his boundaries and powers. Garba Shehu needs to understand that this kind of behavior will no longer be tolerated. The latest of his antics was to wage a war on the First Family through an orchestrated media campaign of calumny by sponsoring pseudo accounts to write and defame my children and myself. Based on Garba Shehu's misguided sense of loyalty and inability to stay true and loyal to one person or group, it has become apparent that all trust has been broken down between him and my family due to the many embarrassments that he has caused the presidency and the First Family. We all have families to consider in our actions, and therefore it is in the best interest of all concerned for Garba Shehu to take the advice of the authority given to him sometimes in the first week of November 2019. So this is now all-out war in the Aso Rock Villa. There's absolutely no question about that. And by the way, this lady has now fingered two elements. So Garba Shehu now is a new name in the mix, but of course, Garba Shehu is a foot soldier. So the real concern that the Nigerian people should have are four elements. Abba Kyari, 1, Maman Daura, 2, the guy from Kaduna State, 3, and the custom guy, 4. So these are the people who surround Malam Buhari and give him instructions, because Malam Buhari, of course, is anything and everything, but is not capable of an independent thought. We absolutely know that. This is a guy that doesn't even have full grasp of his environment fully. This is a guy that doesn't even have full grasp of himself, because this is a guy that is a very ill man, is a very unwell man. So this guy is highly dependent on the voices that he hears, and these voices surround him. So can you now imagine the fate of Nigeria, how that country was now run for the past 4 years, with the knowledge now that Maman Daura was living right next to Malam Buhari in Aso Rock for that 4 years. So every instruction, of course, that Malam Buhari carries out will be instructions given to him by Maman Daura. Absolutely no question about that, because Buhari has never had capacity. When he was the first military dictator, it was Idiagbon really that was instructing him, and it's under the instructions of Maman Daura now. So what Aisha Buhari is now telling us now, that it is indeed this Maman Daura elements, because she fingered him again, and this is not the first time that this lady is fingering him. She has been fingering and pointing fingers to these people since 2015, immediately when they came into government, when she immediately alerted that, look, her husband's regime has been hijacked by shadowy figures who never ran for an election and who do not have a mandate, and she's not clear on what their agenda is, but she's pointing them out now to your attention that this regime has effectively been hijacked, and the people who had a stake in bringing Buhari into power have been completely sidelined, and these people now have now captured him using ethnicity and religion as debate, because of course Malam Buhari is one thing and one thing only, is susceptible to ethnicity and religion, because that is the two things, or those rather are the two things that he goes to in his mind, because he's a parochial man, not of learning, and he doesn't have full faith in his intellect, so he then places that faith in ethnic loyalty and religion, and these people know this, so they use this to capture him, and then they form like a wagon, like, you know, that's those American movies, those Western movies type thing, when they circle you with the wagon. So they've circled Malam Buhari effectively with a wagon of ethnicity and religion, and then he's then sitting in an island in the middle of that circle, not able to get out, because of course they completely surrounded him. We're talking Maman Daura, and now Garba Shehu is now a name that we're having to conjure with. Garba Shehu, of course, is always a foot soldier in this equation. He's the errand boy. So Mamman Daura will give Garba Shehu an instruction. Mamman Daura, by the way, has not been elected by anybody. He doesn't have anybody's mandate. He doesn't have a constituency. But apparently, and according to what Aisha is saying, Mamman Daura would give Garba Shehu an instruction. Garba Shehu would then place that instruction in the public space under his title as a spokesperson of the villa, thereby aligning himself more to somebody that is not his immediate principal. And this is contrary and in contrast to conflicts between his immediate principal's family, especially his immediate principal's wife, and these people. So he's effectively taking sides against the first family. It's effectively how he has now positioned himself. And this now call out that Aisha Buhari has called him out now publicly, because this is now a public shaming. And if this guy had any dignity about him, he would resign. But of course, there's no such thing as dignity within the Nigerian space. So now come tell me now, this battle, this internal warfare that Aisha Buhari is fighting within Aso Rock, come tell me what your take is on all this. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you're making of all these palace intrigues and all these cries for help that we're hearing from Aisha Buhari constantly from the Aso Rock villa, almost as though she's been held hostage there. So come tell me what you're making of all this within the comment section. So I'll leave you here, carry on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.